Okay, welcome to Up Close. Today we're here with Judy Wilson of eXp Realty. Welcome, Judy. How are you today?
Fine, thanks. I'm really glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here. We were talking earlier about how long we've known each other. Did we figure out it was 17 years?
17 years, yeah. We met in networking because both of us do a lot of it.
Yes,
and,
we do.
It was, I've been coming to Women Make a Difference ever since.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate all your support. Well, I want to get to the how and why of you. And you know, Paul's not here. He's your husband, of course, and your partner in real estate. But how long have you had your own real estate? Or tell me a little bit about your history.
I got my real estate license in 1998, and when Paul and I met and got married, we were both realtors, and we decided to join forces and start our own business. And we had our own business actually for about 14 years, and then two years ago we joined eXp Realty.
Very good. Okay, so your own qualifying brokers at that point.
Yeah,
okay.
I was too.
But really, you're much more than realtors.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're dream makers. We help people reach the American dream, either by buying or selling, and we just work with them throughout the entire process.
Are you doing that both sides, the listing and the?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And we say that we help people find houses to put their homes into. So
There you go. Because the home is really where the heart is and where it's all made.
Right. And for a while that's in a box, you know. So.
Have you? Are there any skill sets that you had earlier on in any career that have helped with you in real estate?
Previously, I was an X-ray tech and a gardener, so I was out there with people, just getting to know people and feeling comfortable talking to them and explaining to them what's going on.
I think that's probably one of your skill sets because if you garden, you have. I don't know. There's some traits there of a gardener. I'm not a gardener, so I see that as a very calming thing, and yet that's probably good for you and somebody working with you. Like, what would you say are some of the tricks you have or the skill sets you have that endear you to a client that has them working with you guys?
Well, the one thing is Paul will always say that, oh, Judy's a master gardener. She can help you with your yard.
Okay.
So that does come into play.
Excellent, excellent. Well, just your whole, I think you're a great listener. And you can really have feelings, empathy towards people.
Yeah.
And so when somebody's buying a house, of course, that's probably like, isn't that their number one biggest thing they're ever going to do?
Yeah, and that's it takes up a lot of time. And in fact, Paul and I had just recently bought a house, and our house, and it made me understand what the clients are going through much easier, because we know the transaction and the paperwork and the closing, but you know, we never saw them packing and unpacking and figuring out where to put things and finding things wrong with the house that we didn't find on inspections.
Oh.
So now I have much more empathy for my clients.
I see.
Because
that's even going to make you a better realtor.
I was a client, you bet, you bet.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, how long were you in your house where I know you were, your two-story house?
17 years.
Okay.
Because Paul had that before we got married.
Okay.
And so I had sold my house in Placitas, and so I moved in there.
And that was a beautiful home. I hate to see you leave, but that's your big news, right? You just moved recently into a one-story down in the North Valley.
Yeah.
Was that a dream of yours, to be in the North Valley?
I had always liked the North Valley, especially when I moved here a long time ago. But we had certain criteria, and we plugged them in like we do for our clients. And the houses that came up in our criteria, we always looked at them. And when we walked into this house, we just got 5 steps into the house and stood in the doorway, and we both looked at each other and said, "This is it."
Wow. Wow. You both had that feeling. That gives me goosebumps.
I know, even when I think about it now,
That's cool. So, are you recently in, like you're still unpacking?
Yeah, we've been in for almost 2 months now.
Okay. But I think that's fantastic that it's given you a different view of how you can even help your clients further, because if we're in the trenches ourselves with whatever we're doing, then we know how to better share. How are you finding clients? Are you guys a lot of referral now?
Yes. We when I met Paul, he was in a coaching club called By Referral Only.
I've heard
and
that.
I joined him, started going with him, of course, and we got our foundational work, the way we do things, the way we organize our business, from Joe Stump. And so he was a great mentor to me, and his whole program. We are still connected with that. So we understand the referral principle, and that comes from networking, also other networking groups that we've been in.
Right.
And word of mouth, previous clients, I should say, and people we meet, and we meet new people all the time. And if you hear somebody say, "Oh, I'm thinking of buying a house," start up a conversation with that person and find out, a little more about them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not hard, right? I love having that segue into how I can talk to them, how I can help them. So we're always, we have to have big ears and less mouth maybe than talking and just listening.
Yeah,
and so,
right. The one mouth and the two ears. Right. Yeah.
Well, I know you and Paul are big networkers, and I appreciate that because not all the realtors network. They're busy doing their, what they've got to do. But I know you had a big something to do with the Women Council of Realtors here, and I know you've been president at least once. So you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I got into the Women's Council of Realtors, I think it was back in like 2007 or so, 2008, and I was president back then, and then I was just president again in 2006. No, 2016.
2016, okay, all right.
And,
are you still involved with
I'm still involved, yeah. They have a really big fashion show every year, and it's really fun. The whole focus of it has changed nationally, so we're going to have different kind of programs and do things a lot different next year.
Well, staying up with your industry and what's happening. There's probably continuing ed in real estate, isn't
definitely.
there?
We have to get a certain amount of continuing ed. We need to get 30 credits in 3 years. And not 10 a year, but cumulative.
Okay.
So
you don't wait till to get the 30 at the last.
No. We have where I get a lot of them is at our state meetings, and we have 2 a year.
Oh.
And we always have a couple of talks that give us CE credit. And especially our legal counsel comes and gives us an update on new forms and whatever is happening. And we always get a couple of credit hours with that too.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Judy, what's your favorite client to work with?
Coachable clients.
Okay.
You want somebody
that,
they're going to listen to what you say because we're the experts. We're not their friends. We're their, we're their leaders, and people that are ready to pull the plug, so to speak, ready to
and make some decisions.
Make decisions.
Is that a problem? Like they want to sell their house, but they.
Yeah, it's more like with buyers. They want to think about it, and if I showed you a house today and you said I'm going to think about it. The person that I showed to yesterday and thought about it last night is buying it today.
Oh.
Because there's a lot of times when, especially in certain price ranges, where the houses, if they're priced right, they're gone. So.
Right. What are the hot areas right now in Albuquerque, or our surrounding areas in Metro?
Most areas can be hot depending on the price range. It's more of like what is the hot price ranges. It's probably. Like up to 250, up to 200 or so.
Okay.
Between 100 and 200, they'll sell pretty fast if they're in good condition. But that's where you also get fixer-uppers, where you get something that you can, make a little money on.
I heard there were just recently some guideline changes. Is that new enough that it's changed anything for you on the buying side? The FHA guidelines, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, not yet. But let me tell you, one thing we're doing is this weekend, and we do this twice a year. It's NGAR, the Greater Albuquerque Association of Realtors, puts this on. We have a citywide open house, so we will have between 500 and 700 houses open this weekend, on Saturday or Sunday. Paul and I are doing 3. He's going to do 2. I'm doing 1. We have 3 listings by one client down in the South Valley. Gorgeous area. And a really nice house, and so we hope to get some traffic in there.
Very good. Oh, that's fun. Do you like doing open houses?
Yeah, I do. And luckily, the owner, the seller's already purchased a place in Arizona, and the wife is there, but the husband is here because he's staying here for a little while, and he's going to be there with me because. I don't like to do them alone.
Right.
Usually Paul and I do them together, but on this weekend we can't. Yeah, it's right off 2nd Street, so it's in a nice little area.
It's nice working as a team, right? You guys make a great team.
Well, thank you.
Paul's more...
He's out there.
I was going to say aggressive. I don't mean that in a bad way.
Right.
But I think that's the compliment of what makes you guys a great team is that he's more, more the guy and you're more the understanding woman and help them with their gardening. Now, what woman wouldn't want to hear that if she was buying a new house?
Yeah, really.
That my realtor's going to help me get my yard set up.
Yeah, I'm the source of the source when it comes to that.
Right.
I have.
You're the source of all sources. You've never worked enough. In fact, I still have a notebook that you guys gave me years ago that has resources of all the things that people need as a homeowner. And I think that's a great thing you do as a realtor. Is you're offering other resources that people will need once they've moved here or maybe they've just moved across town and they need new resources.
Right, exactly. You can't. Yeah, it's not just people that come from out of state, because you move across town, you think, oh, am I going to go to the same hairdresser, or where do I go grocery shopping? For me, I can now. I still. My old house was off Osuna, and the new house is near Osuna, so we still
similar, but still,
have,
you're in the valley to the heights.
So people change like that around town, and you have to say, where am I going to go grocery shopping? But anyways.
Well, you clearly love what you do.
I do.
I think that's very obvious.
And I thought about retiring, but I know my husband doesn't want to retire, and I could step back a little bit, but no, I'm not ready to do that now.
All right, well, why not? When you're still loving what you're doing.
I know. Okay.
It's been great talking to you, Judy.
You too. Thank you
Thank you so much.
This is wonderful.
And thank you again for all the support you've given me over the years. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You've done wonders for the women of Albuquerque business.
Thank you.